It's week 1 of the National Football League, and it's presented by EA Sports. It's the Buccaneers and the Cowboys on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Tonight, it's the Sunday night opener for the new NFL season between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Dallas Cowboys. I'm Brandon Gaudin, joined by Charles Davis up in the booth for the first week of the 2022 NFL season. A great game awaiting us in this primetime showdown, CD. You've got two teams with eyes on going to and winning a Super Bowl here this season. Week 1, these two getting together. Cowboys, Tampa Bay should be a lot of fun.
They thought that they could win it all last year, got to the playoffs, and were eliminated by teams that really figured heavily in the Super Bowl contention. Let's go ahead and start with Dallas. They ended up losing at home to San Francisco, who went to the NFC title game against the Rams, who beat Tampa in the playoffs and then won it all. Both these teams have excellent quarterbacks, top-notch coaching staffs, and big-time dreams of getting back to the Super Bowl.
It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Tampa Bay's offense set to take the field, and of course, a quarterback, 23-year veteran, who's had a Hall of Fame career several times over, the great Tom Brady.
For 1 month, many people thought they'd seen the end of the greatest quarterback career in league history. Of course, there were others who expected Tom Brady to come back, and he did so 40 days later for a 23rd NFL season. Leading the league in completions, yards, and touchdowns at age 44, he showed that he's as good as ever. But of course, losing in the divisional round, not the way he wanted to go out in his final game. For TB12, it's Lombardi trophies or bust.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete. A lot of hype, of course, going into this one with the Cowboys and the Bucs. They met last year in the season opener. Remember, that was the night they raised the banner in Tampa. It was also Dak Prescott's comeback game, and the Bucs wound up winning 31-29 on a late Ryan Succop field goal. Really good game that was. But these two teams were also the two best offenses in the NFL last year. The Cowboys gaining 18 more yards over the course of the season than the number 2 Bucs. So 2 incompletions have led them to an early 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Brady. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Tom Brady flashing the mobility, scrambling there for a first down.
I'm not sure he falls under the category of mobile quarterback, but he's athletic enough that if you don't keep your rush lanes intact, he finds a way to hurt you.
As coaches like to say, I wouldn't call him a burner, but enough there in the tank. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Brady. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 43. 23 yards the pickup there.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Brady. And this this one's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Brady to throw again. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead is knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Osa Odighizuwa with the effort there to earn the sack.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
27 yards, a big play there on 4th. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
The first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Throwing now is Brady. He's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Osa Odighizuwa now with his 2nd sack here on opening night. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now. And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Here's Brady. He completes it to Evans. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful. And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on. Now Brady gets away with one. Lucky, could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground. Brady to throw for it on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. Well, they miss an opportunity to put some points on the board on the opening drive. They pass on the field goal. What'd you think? I'm looking at it from a positive standpoint for them. First drive of the game. They set the tone, right? They go downfield. They let them know how aggressive they're going to be all game long. Even though they don't get it, because it's the first drive of the game, you're not that worried about it. Hey, we got plenty of other opportunities as this game moves on. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They start on the ground with Elliott. Shows off the quick feet as he takes this one up to the 20. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. To throw is Prescott. Able to hit his target Lamb. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way. 1 for 1. A lot more to go. Prescott got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he's taken down and able to slip across the 35. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down. When the Dallas Cowboys traded Amari Cooper, it was certainly a sign of the faith that they have in Michael Gallup to step up and be that type of weapon across from C.D. Lamb. He hit 1,100 yards back in 2019, but missed half of last year with a pair of injuries. He steps up here and moves the chains. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Looking to throw. Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan. We're trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield on that play.
And down he goes. A Buccaneers sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. We're scoreless after one. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. That's taken on the 25. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. That one a first down pickup of 8.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Brady now on first down. That'll be taken in downfield by Godwin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Brady to throw. Over the middle to Evans. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Throwing again on second down. Brady. A pass underneath for Fournette. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up the first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Brady. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Russell Gage from 13 yards out. And the Buccaneers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Extra point up and good by Succop, and that makes the score 7-0. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. From the 6. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Play fake. Here's Prescott. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Prescott. Man open. That's complete to Dalton Schultz. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Prescott from the gun. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A first down throw for Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
2nd down and goal. Prescott to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Prescott on 3rd and goal. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
I know we saw the pass and the completion, and obviously the resulting loss of yardage. To me, that play broke down with the blocking on it, because if you're going to try and swing it that far outside, that blocking's got to hold up to give your guy a chance.
And the defense, they weren't fooled at all.
No, not at all. Boy, were they aggressive on that one.
Now Aldrich Rosas for the field goal attempt. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Rosas' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. And maybe a moral victory of sorts. They're on the board here late in the first half, but this offense just hasn't looked that sharp.
Yeah, but at least they got the 3 points, right? At least have something to, quote-unquote, hang their hats on and maybe feel a little bit better about themselves as they head to the half.
And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback. Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. And with a 7-3 lead, we'll see how aggressive they want to be. Throwing on first down is Brady. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Brady going to throw. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down.
And they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. This time they stay on the ground, and he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. They'll go for it. It's Brady. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter? I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
Meanwhile, Prescott's throw there caught by Gallup. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Prescott on 1st down. This is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. So remember now, this was all set up by the stop defensively on 4th down. That's what got them this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that, huh? That's a momentum swing amusement park style. Your defense comes off the field, bouncing, grooving, they're fired up, and it carries over to the other side of the ball.
Rosas good with the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. Touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very tidy 2-play drive that time. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles, where it was the visiting Bills who were able to come away with the victory on the road. Josh Allen with 3 touchdown passes in the Week 1 victory. From there, we'll make the trek east to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. Marcus Mariota, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. And finally, what a kickoff to Monday Night Football. Russell Wilson's first game as a Bronco, and it's in Seattle to wrap up Week 1. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for Tampa Bay. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in Week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And we'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fields it right around the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And 3rd and 8 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Catch is made. It's Schultz on the out route. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 16 in the Dallas first down.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Prescott now. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the 3rd quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
Suck up for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And until that point, we haven't seen Julio Jones. That's hard to believe here this late in the game.
And no one more frustrated than Julio Jones because Receivers feed off of catches. That's their fuel, and that's also their affirmation. And he hasn't been getting much of that in this game, and their team is losing, and he wants to have a better effect on the game.
Just the first connection. Ryan to Jones there. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Cowboy first down there. Prescott to Gallup.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Prescott. Caught on the right side by Jones. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
And he finds his target. It's Schultz. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick it.
Oh, Prescott stripped. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. Past the 20. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, where they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point try now for Suckup. It's good, and it's 21-10. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Dallas offense set for this next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. On 2nd down, Elliott. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over.
Let's go, baby.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Brady. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Bucs are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. But what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs, and if you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
Extra point put through by Suckham, and the lead is up to 18 now. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
Ryan Suckham to kick off for Tampa Bay.
Now it's Ryan Suckham on after the touchdown to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, called it the 21. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 19 yards there on the catch and run. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I've thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. This complete to Jones. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He finds his man complete. It's Schultz. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. 2nd and 5. Prescott yet again. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest. And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. Caught by Jones. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. No reason not to try it there. They do indeed convert on 4th. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. On play action, Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Jake Ferguson, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Cowboys have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 1st down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They keep it with Fournette on 1st down. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. Again, it's Fournette. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause of the action. A timeout here defensively. The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Inside handoff now to Fournette. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So Brady departs, and on it's Ryan Succop for the Buccaneer field goal. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And his His kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Suckup now set to kick it off following the made field goal. From the 6. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So Dak and the Cowboys down by 2 touchdowns. 1:39 to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Prescott. Able to find Gallup. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Now Dak. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Now Prescott finding Schultz. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. Finding Washington. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. Here's Dak. Pass incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
To throw, Prescott. He completes it to Jones. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
He's got his man. It's Gallup. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Rosas good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So still a small chance here with a little over 30 seconds to go, but they're definitely going to need this one to bounce their way. And the Bucs are on this one. And that should just about do it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be run, kneel, and then handshakes. Brady will take a knee here, and that should just about do it. And just how they envision the start of the season, kneeling it down, defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know, it's really strange. I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens like one time a week. The best teams I know, they practice starting back in OTAs. They want them to visualize winning a game and how great that feels, and they got it done in this one.
Yep, a knee gets them to 1-0. Well, Partner, that'll do it. These Week 1 primetime games, they always seem to have a little bit more electricity, a little more anticipation. A fun one tonight, and a lot of fun ones that we have on the road ahead.
And, partner, I love the word you just used there, electricity. Things were crackling out there, weren't they? And let's face it, both of these teams came in with the idea, get off to the start. Get off to a 1-0 start and get your season going. That could spark an excellent season for them. They've got that in their pocket now.
So for Tampa Bay, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.